What's going on, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, your home of collected editions, making sure that microphone is working. Today is Saturday, March 18th. So welcome to the Saturday live stream, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. People are saying it's early. Is it early? I just thought it was on time. Was it the time change? Is that what happened? Because last week we had a daylight savings time thing. So happy birthday month. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. It's been a blast. Omar, what's up, Uncle Steve? How are you, brother? Hello, my friends. We meet again. Official Scott Stapp, how are you, sir? No, it's not officially him. Edwin, how are you? How are you doing, brother? Good morning, man. Nomad Omnibus when? I don't know. I mean, we've had a Winter Soldier Omnibus. We've had plenty of Captain America Omnis. We haven't had a Falcon Omnibus, but we've had a Sam Wilson Captain America Omnibus and about to get a second one and maybe a third one with Nick Spencer 1 and 2 and Rick Remender, right? So, yeah. Oh, my goodness, man. I am so sorry about that. Good morning. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. From Charlotte, North Carolina, best thing about COVID, laying in bed, reading comics, and watching NMC. Thank you so much. That should be marked somewhere. That's a heck of an advertisement. I'm so sorry you and your lady have it. Hopefully your little kiddo is okay. Omar, who's your Street Fighter main, and are you excited for Street Fighter 6? That Cammy trailer. Dude, I saw the trailer. Yeah, I finally got to play 5 last week, and I asked my brother if I could borrow it. I hadn't played 5. I realized that. My main's always been Ryu and then Chun-Li. Those are my main characters. For 3, I really liked limiting myself to using Sean. I don't know if y'all remember him. For 4, I really got used to using Yuri. I liked her. Hi, all. Hope everyone is doing good. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. I hope you're doing good as well. Andrew, how's it going? I'm reading The Nice House on the Lake, Volume 2. I haven't read Volume 2 yet. Good morning from sunny but cool Kingston, Ontario. Early 90s Nomad is on my top 10 Omnis list for Marvel that I'll be submitting here. That's right. Don't forget about our current voting. We have the Marvel Epic Collection reprint poll that's going on until Sunday. And then we have Tiger Eye's top 50 most wanted Marvel Omnis. That's also going to end on Sunday. And then I'll announce the winners here sometime, somewhere. On the channel. Probably Wednesday for the Epic Collections because I'll have that, but Tiger Eyes has to gather all that information. I have no idea how long it's going to take him to get that info, honestly. It could take a while, especially since we were more involved this year than in the past years because I actually made a separate video for people that don't have social media, and I wanted to make people well aware of his poll, which I think is wonderful. So I think everybody should go in there. Did you go over your top 10 most wanted new Omnis? No, I usually don't vote for that because I do my own. That is literally your alls. I do my own video. I do my top 10 X-Men Omnis, top 10 DC Omnis, top 10 Marvel Omnis, top 10 DC continuing Omnis. I may change things up a little bit, maybe do top 20 this year. But my list usually comes around May, June, July, and I map things out. But Omar, what do you think the chances are of a Punisher Max Omnis getting reprinted? Well, they were there, and I reminded Marvel again this year that they were there last year. So we actually talked a little bit on Friday. I should be having some updates, too, as far as the additions to Omnis that people suggested here on the channel. And I was already told no on one, though. But we tried. Sometimes they say no, sometimes they say yes. It was the Family Business, adding that graphic novel to the Chip Zdarsky Spider-Man book. So they did say no to that. And I should have a list. And depending on how much they added, I may make a separate video. So happy birthday month, brother. The top comic covers was a great show. Oh, thank you so much, man. I had a lot of fun putting that together. My buddy Keenan edited that one. So thank you to him. Omar, the 90s Clone Saga is going to be an epic. Yes. We announced that a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. Yes. What's up, Derek? How are you, brother? Just got the day off last minute, so I get to watch you live now. That's what's up, man. Omar, do you think we will get the Omnibus? Remember the comments? I remember the comments. Y'all are crazy. No. Is it true Omar is a clone of David Gabriel? No, it is not. That man is constantly working. I don't know how he sleeps. Hey, Omar, any modern Silver Surfer run that shows the more edgy, badass side of his character, unlike Slot's run? You mean the Slot's run has some pretty bad A moments itself. Yeah, you want some Jim Starlin stuff, and you want the Ron Mars run on Silver Surfer. But if you want modern, Planet Hulk has a really good story with him in there, and Silver Surfer Black, probably the most modern that I can think of that shows that side of Silver Surfer. Sorry for my late birthday wishes, Omar, and like always, greetings from Poland. It's okay, man. No worries. Omar, when can we expect more announcements? I need to know what's coming out. Don't we have enough already? We got quite a bit, right? We're all the way into January of 2024. The next set of announcements will be the Marvel Masterworks announcements. And then after that, we'll start going into more epics and more omnis. So that's kind of the way these things work. I'm not familiar with family business. Why do people want it? It intro, without going into spoilers, it introduces a character that shows up and plays a big prominent role in Zdarsky's Spectacular Spider-Man. Omar, what era do the Marvel modern epics begin with? I don't know. Because we have New Avengers, we have Loki, and we have Venom. And of course, Spider-Gwen. Maybe 2000 New Avengers was 2005, right? So it was before that. Maybe 2005, but I don't know. And again, in 10 years' time, it's a smart thing, right? In 10 years' time, they'll reprint them as just epics and then move on to more new modern epics. Keep that in mind. We're always going to stay older, and comics will just keep the same, I guess. Or I guess the change will be in the brand. Did the request for the expanded Axe Omni include the Eternal series? No. I think because that was too much to ask for. I mean, if you're including the Eternal series, that's 15 issues. And I can already tell you they would say no. Whenever I try to do expanded things, like unless I catch them early enough, like Iron Fist and Thor, like I don't try to push too much. Yeah, you got to choose your battles, right? You can't ask for things like that. I did try with Uncanny X-Men though, Volume 5. They added those issues of X Factor. In the end, they added the 2 issues that made most people happy. Not everyone, of course. But no, I did not try for the entirety of Eternals because I really do think they might have something in the works for that. Good morning. Completed week 10 of working out. That's what's up, man. You're going to be huge. My latest Omnibus read. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, R0X21. Omnibus read was X Factor 90s Omnibus by Peter Davids. I'm sad Fatal Attractions wasn't voted. That was one that I do remember asking if we could take this to Fatal Attractions. And that would get us, like, if we could make that X Factor expanded into Fatal Attractions. But we never know what's in the works, right? I asked the same thing for the Hulk Omnibus, and they had already had plans for that. Oxmead Pete, how you doing, brother? Happy late birthday, Omar. Any new Titan news regarding Conan? Not yet. Not yet. Mark, what are you doing? For old people like me, anything after Amazing Spider-Man 121 is modern. I heard I'm hanging out with you later today. Omar Bash, my PFP. I'm going to start calling you Omar. PFP. What's PFP? What did I bash? PFP. I may need some help for that. Can you still vote? Yes, absolutely. There's links in those videos that tell you where to go and vote for the Epic reprint poll and for the Most Wanted Marvel Omnibus that is yours. Speaking of expanded omnis, can't wait for Super Sons expanded Omnibus edition in a few years. But it can't be, well, I guess it would be expanded. We've got so much announced right now, and most of it is good. We do for now, yeah. And I'm sure there will be more announcements coming. Omar, with turning the Clone Saga in the epics, where do you think the end of they'll end Spider-Man now? Well, we don't have a modern epic for Spider-Man, but I think the modern epic Spider-Man run might begin with JMS's Spider-Man. How often do you get asked to request extra material for Omnis? 10, 50%? Well, it depends, right? If it's like 2 or 3 cats asking me to add something, I usually I usually don't say anything, but if it's like 10 people, or in the case of what was it? There was one book recently that they like it was like 30 people. Oh, Iron Fist, Iron Fist. There was like 30 people asking for the same books. Then that's definitely something that I bring to Marvel's attention. Now they have their own mapping team. And you know, sometimes they have things in the works that they can't tell us about. And the one that I always use, for example, is the Hulk Omnibus by not Garney, I'm sorry, Joe Casey and John Byrne, because we didn't know that was in the works. So when I asked for those Joe Casey issues to be added to the Hulk Omnibus Volume 4, they politely said no, without telling me, hey, we have something planned. So sometimes it works like that. And then sometimes they just say no because no. When are we getting a Gillen X-Men Omnibus? Oh yeah, man. His run is so underrated. And I hope it's separated. I hope they don't include Immortal X-Men, so you're jumping around different times. Omar, are you reading I Am the Law, How Judge Dredd Predicted the Future by Michael Mulcher? It is very interesting. Dude, I actually really like that. He sent me a copy of it, and I started reading it when we were traveling around December. And a lot of the things that he pointed out, first of all, are scary. How much of that has come true? Is the new Avengers epic good starting point for Avengers? Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah. Brian Michael Bendis' run on New Avengers is a lot of people's first Avengers book. It made the title the flagship title for Avengers. It was outselling X-Men, hence why we got Mighty Avengers, and then later on Dark Avengers, and then New Avengers, and yes, it absolutely is, especially if you don't know anything about it, the Avengers. What's up, Sean DeSook? Gently caress that like button, y'all. Thank you for that. Making my way through the Essential Batman run post-crisis. First time reading Batman. Just finished Contagion and Legacy. I love Legacy. That was the first run I absolutely love so far. Hoping Omni comes. Dude, Legacy is my favorite Batman event. I loved it, especially... Well, never mind. That would give away the twist in it. But, I mean, I know it's older. But yes, I agree. Oh, I love Contagion. And then the cool thing is that Contagion leads into Legacy. Legacy leans into Cataclysm. Cataclysm leads into Road to No Man's Land, and then No Man's Land. Oh my gosh. And then a little bit of the Aftermath trickles into the Fugitive and then War Games. So it was like this gigantic era of Batman that was one event after another. Omar, what's your favorite Remender comic besides Fear Agent? Fear Agent. Like, seriously, Fear Agent is his magnum opus to me. My other ones would be probably Deadly Class. I love Deadly Class. I love Tokyo Ghost. Seven to Eternity is up there too. But I think Deadly Class has that nice mix of like kids in school, whether it's, you know, whatever, Harry Potter or Naruto, but they're also assassins. So it feels like Game of Thrones in there too. Oh, it's so good. I am the law. All right, Stallone. Hi, Omar. Good day. DC Comics planning a third movie soon. Yes, they're planning a lot of movies, right, Cage? Thank you for the super chat, John. Given Silvestri's aversion to his work being printed in oversized format, woo, I couldn't even ask him that live because he was like, please don't ask me live. And, oh, yeah, whenever I do live interviews, like I'll be interviewing Cullen Bunn this Tuesday, I always like to ask the creators, is there a question that you do not want me to bring up? Most of them say the same thing, that they don't want brought up, and I get it. But Silvestri's one thing, or no, two things that I'm talking about, and I'm speaking in code for a reason. And the other thing was like, please don't ask me about oversized books. I know you like your books oversized, but I like them in traditional standard size. And dude, my favorite artist, I respect that. So I didn't even get to ask him. What are the chances we'll see his current Batman Limited series in Absolute? I think we'll get a deluxe for sure. Because I mean, that's a DC property. So DC knows where the money is, and they know how they'll end up printing it. So I don't think he has any say in that. But if he did, I'm sure he would say, please don't make this into an oversized book. I beg you. It needs to be just in standard size hardcover, and that's it. Let me get a couple more questions here. Omar, what is expected page count for Judgment Day Omni? I have no idea. No idea. I don't have I usually, that's the last thing I get, and then after that is the price of the book. Sometimes they'll give me all the information at once because they've been planning it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. But Most of the time, it's just content, covers, and as you all know, sometimes the covers aren't even, 100% sure they're going to go with that cover, and then sometimes I have to change the cover. Omar, I'm about to arrive at Planet Comic Con. Can the world survive? Lars, what are you doing? And yes, it can. How are you, brother? I hope to see you sometime soon. We need Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Epic Collection for the 60s. By the way, my lovely co-host, Astonishing Melanie, should be back with some coffee soon. If you had to pick just one absolute each for Batman, Superman. Oh my gosh, Justin. Why? Oh, dude, this is a hard question. So if I had to pick just one out, y'all coming in strong with the questions now. One absolute for Batman, one absolute for Wonder Woman, and one absolute for Superman. What would they be? It's difficult. Dang, man. All right. Let's see. Well, luckily, there's not a lot of Superman, right? All-Star Superman, Wonder Woman, George Perez, Batman. Maybe this is easier than I thought. Batman's a little bit tougher because there's a lot of good ones. Year One. Oh, dang it, Year One. Yeah, it's a good origin. It is the algorithm for origins. Like, it's the template that everybody uses for a good origin story. So I got to go with that one. I've noticed some online shops include X-Men 92, House of 92, and the upcoming X-Men 92 Saga Continues trade, and some don't. Do you know? No, it's not. I went over that trade a couple of weeks ago. Right? You're talking about the one that came out a couple of weeks ago, the Further Adventures or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's not in there. What do you think about Venom having a sword? Yes, and wings. Yes, throw a cape in. I'm in, baby. Has Untold Legend of Batman 80s ever been reprinted in trade or Omni? Not an Omnibus, no. A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance has become my new favorite Remender comic. I'm excited to read that one. That and Scumbag, I think both come out with a deluxe edition this year. So I am super excited to read it. Because I love everything that man has done. I'm a huge fan of that guy. So absolutely excited to read it. Thoughts on the big delays announced in the past few days. All right, so what's going on with the delays? Number one, this is going to sound stupidly crazy, but just hear me out. The delays are to stop books from being delayed and to stop books from having another Omnigeddon. Remember how in December and January we had like 7 Omnis coming out at once? Marvel's trying to prevent that from happening again, like ever again. So they're working really hard with distributors and the printer to make sure books are coming out on time. So in order to do that, they had to move some dates. And those dates are placeholders right now. They're not finished dates. I should get a list of actual dates from Marvel. But once that date is solidified, that's when books are coming out. And the goal is to have maybe 2 Omnis a week. Back to that instead of 7 Omnis, 8 Omnis, 10 Omnis a week. And that's just from Marvel, right? But the goal, I think, is to have 2 Omnis coming out every week. So that's what's going on. And what are my thoughts? Oh, of course, it breaks my heart. I want these books now. What's the next Batman omnibus? It is Batman by Peter Tomasi omnibus. I've never read Fear Agent. What's so great about it? Genuinely curious. It's all of his tropes written into one book. It's time travel. It's pulp. Like it's got that classic pulp feel to it. And I just really, really like without going into spoilers, it's really the trial of a man and overcoming his obsessions and overcoming his addictions. So, I love that story. And that ending hits hard, man. It's one of his early, actually, I think it was the very first Remender book I wrote. It's beautiful. It's got artwork by Jerome Pena. Actually, Tony Moore was the artist working on it with him at first. He's the gentleman that co-created The Walking Dead with Robert Kirkman. Readers came into Avengers without reading The Crossing. They've been robbed of pure gold, right? Does anyone ask Sylvester if he would ever consider releasing digest versions of his comics? Let's not go crazy. Isn't Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four Omnis out of print? Why weren't they in the poll? They just came back to print. Volume 1 just came back this past month in March, right? And then Volume 2, I believe, is coming out in May, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Wonder Woman. Oops, forgot to add that he's sorry for her third movie. Oh, the third movie? No, I don't think that's happening. I don't think Wonder Woman 3 is happening. At least not with Gal or Patty. DC don't know where the money is, Omar. They should be printing more Omnis and reprinting the Deluxe if they did. And Absolutes. I don't know. Omar, what do you think will be the first omnibus we see breaking the 1700 rule? You know I like them thicker than a Snicker, baby. But I know a lot of people don't. I mean, what's the biggest one we have right now? AVX, right? AVX is the biggest one, and then Blackest Night. Squirrel Girl's up there, too. Squirrel Girl's a big old girl. What's the biggest one? What would... Maybe a Secret Wars omnibus, but I mean, that would be a lot of books, and I don't think that's enough. 1,700 pages isn't enough for all the Battle World minis. Hey, are we getting a Moon Knight, Mark Spector Moon Knight overview soon? That will come out next Monday. I try to do my overviews the week the books come out, and I'm actually going to have a poll because I'm almost caught up with the reading, but I'm actually going to have a poll to see when people want my overviews. Do you want them 2 weeks before the books come out, 1 week before the book comes out, or the week the book comes out? And I'll leave that on, I'll probably start it on Patreon and then over here. I didn't get the milestone. Oh wait, no, I did. It came in. My haul will come first. So it will be sometime. I already have my schedule for this week, so it definitely will be sometime, I promise. Another question, Omar. What are the chances DC reprints the Batman Golden Age Omnis? All right. So to clarify, when my contact at DC said, no, we're not done with DC Omnis, the other question was, the big rumor is that they are done with classic DC Omnis, like Batman, Superman, Golden Age, Silver Age books. A lot of the Silver Age projects and Golden Age projects were dropped, and we haven't seen a return to those. Clark didn't answer that question. So just, I don't know what that means. I don't know if maybe one day they'll come back to it, but I haven't seen any of those, man. I'm sorry. Rael, how are you, brother? Unfortunately, I need to stop buying collected editions because I need to save money to pay for my new house. It's so sad. There's nothing sad about saving money for a new house, man. You're going to get a new house, and later on, you can always come back, man. Get you that house, baby. And congratulations, dude. Well, I know you haven't bought it yet, but when you get it. Hey, Omar, what is up with some of the restocks of Omnis only having standard covers available? Is it a PRH thing? It's easier to have one cover reprinted than two covers. And I think it might have been something that PRH pushed back on. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be standards from now on. We shared the Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 3 new printing on our social media if you want to check that out. My wallet, thanks to delays. And like I said, the delays will end up helping everybody out along the way, right? Because now if we're going to limit ourselves to 2 Omnis, that's only 2 Omnis a week. Keep in mind, though, that's still about 8 to 10 Omnis a month, depending on the month. And I don't know if they include reprints in there or not. No word on Mark Waid's Flash Volume 2. But, I mean, seriously, with Peter Tomasi's GLC and his Batman, odds are we're probably going to get a Mark Waid Omnibus Volume 2. I hope. And, dude, Cody, do you know how much that breaks my heart? I have loved, rest in peace, Lance Reddick is what he wrote. I have loved that guy since The Wire. Oh, my gosh, he was such a phenomenal, very underrated actor. He was in Fringe. And, of course, I think most recently he's probably familiar for a lot of his voiceover work, like in Horizon or John Wick. But I've loved that dude since The Wire, man. Such a great actor. Omar, did you check out the Legion of Superheroes new animation movie that came out a month ago? Nobody knew it was out. It was so good. No, I haven't, brother. I haven't. And The Wire was a shame to lose. Yes, dude, The Wire was so good. Thank you, my love. I got Fear Agent Trades. Got to finish that one. You do. Where are you at, Shonda Sook? If you want a comic with all Remender tropes, oh my gosh, I haven't read Scumbag yet, and he has a lot of tropes, but I like his tropes. It's like meta-fictional and self-commentary on his own tropes. It's genius. Oh, so I love that he's also self-aware too, right? Do you think Batgirl Year 1 will ever get reprinted? I think if it gets reprinted, it'll be reprinted with probably Robin Year 1 and Nightwing Year 1, since those are all Chuck Dixon. Omar, with all the Spider-Man epics coming, should I focus on him? Yeah, man, it's up to you who you want to focus on. We get, what, 2 a year and some reprints? So, yeah, absolutely. And the reprints are for people to catch up. So, In regards to Slot's brand new day omnibus delayed for August of 2024, yeah, so far those are placeholders. Hey, baby, be careful with that box. It busted already.
The love?
Yeah. Okay. So that makes for one long delay. I don't see things going out to August 2024. I think that's a placeholder date. I will find out, though. For my fellow Canadians, Indigo Chapters is having 25% off discount this weekend for purchases over $75. I snagged multiple Omnis using it. There you go, everybody. This episode is not brought to you by Indigo Chapters, but we still love sharing cheap stuff. So you all go out there, all you Canadians, somebody go and wake Curtis up. Omar, I'm interested in reading some Legion of Superheroes with 5 years later. Omnis be a good jumping on point. I don't mind a little lost, but curious. Wait, it is dense. If you don't mind dense. My favorite era where I jumped in was Mark Waid's Legion of Superheroes. I thought that was perfection when it came to Legion, because Legion is such a complex amount of characters that I needed some kind of simplicity. 5 years later throws you into the future of existing characters that's all dire and dark, and you're like, where is this going? And then a little light comes back about 2/3 of the way through the book. But the light comes in the form of something that is so confusing. If you haven't read it, you're like, wait, then what am I reading about here? So if you can find the trades by Mark Waid, those are excellent. Eventually, I believe it was Jim Shooter that came back to Legion after that, with Francis Manipul drawing those issues. Jeff Johns wrote a really awesome Legion of Three Worlds, but you have to have a little understanding of Legion. But if you don't mind a dense story with really dark chapters in it and not being clear on who these characters once were, then yeah, 5 years later could be a good jumping on point. Your contact at DC is named Clark. Does he wear? No, it's Clark Bull. That's his name.
Does he wear glasses and has a huge upper body?
I've never met him. He could.
New Smoothie Channel grabbed Wonder Woman Diana Prince celebrating the 60s omnibus. Half are from the 60s, half are from the 70s. Can't tell if this is Silver or Bronze Age collection. Where do the eras begin or end? Oh. Well, don't ask Don Rosa this question, because he's like, those aren't the names. Oh, I know it's Golden. Golden, he won. He said it was Atomic. Where do the eras begin or end? Or is it like different opinions?
I think it's a difference of opinion.
I feel like
you want to
generations like millennial and Gen Y and all this stuff, it's like you can find dates, but I think it's also opinion.
Well, a lot of it has to like so there's something called the Marvel Silver Age, right? The Marvel Age really started it with Fantastic Four #1, but then some people would say the Silver Age truly started with Flash of Two Worlds, right? Where Barry Allen met Jay Garrick. That's really the beginning of the Silver Age. So there's a lot. Actually, I've seen this before. I've actually not gotten into a dispute, but people in the comments were like, actually, it's this. And then right after that comment, it was like, no, it's this. I've been collecting comics for 45 years, and this is what we call it. And then the guy after that wrote, I'll never forget this. He's like, well, terms change over time, old man. And these are the terms we're using now. I own a comic book shop for the last 10 years. And I wasn't even in the middle of it. I was just like, I think people use different terms for these things.
Oh, what was it that it got on my nerves that it was called modern? I was like, well, years later, it's not gonna be modern, is it?
But that's a good idea, though. Like I was just telling them, like the modern Marvel epics is a great idea, because in 10 years' time, they're not gonna be modern. They can reprint them with the old Marvel epic logo and then make new moderns. That's just the way it is, right? But
that's
really,
just the way it is.
The golden age of comics.
Some things will never change.
There goes the demonetization.
The Tupac version too.
Oh my gosh!
That's exactly what it sounds like.
The golden age of comics was the 80s.
Oh well, come back.
That's
to
okay.
Come back to it.
Yes, I did do a giveaway. I want to reach out to the person first, so that's what I'm doing right now. Hey, Omar and Melanie, what's up, RG98?
Hey, Sean, he always orders sweet vanilla cream cold brew.
This isn't coffee.
Today I got cinnamon caramel cold brew.
Gross.
Usually it's chocolate. I used to always get that.
I'm jealous of the people that like coffee. I love the smell of coffee, but I could never drink it. No, you gotta drown it in sugar. I'm drinking dirty mop water is what it looks like.
It looks gross, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, what's the color of this one? Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Sure. Who's Bruce Hornsby?
Needle drop from Melanie.
Is that the original singer? Who sings?
It's not Tupac.
I know, but who sings? That's just the way it is. Okay, well, Sean's still saying it looks good. Is it Bruce Hornsby?
You're one of those. Yes, I'm one of those people.
All right. I walked into for our wedding. The theme from Vampire Hunter D at the end when they're like goodbye D, goodbye, goodbye. They're on the cliff and he's riding his horse and it goes do 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 do, and he walked into they looked like Reservoir Dogs, but it was Battle Without Honor or Humanity from Kill Bill, and then we walked out to Locke's theme for Final Fantasy VI. And I wanted Xenogears Small 2 Pieces played, but I don't think it ever was played, like before the ceremony.
No, we don't talk about it.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Let's see. Thanks, Kane, for the suggestion. And Immortal Ibsy, how are you doing?
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
But speaking of John Wick, oh yes, our rest in peace, Lance Reddick.
Love that actor, man. One of my most favorite underrated actors of all time. He didn't get enough roles, but he killed it in The Wire, and he was good in Fringe. And yeah, John Wick. I mean, he's just got that voice.
I only know him from John Wick, and yeah, he was awesome.
He was great. 60 years old, and to die of natural causes, I just don't think, just doesn't seem natural.
Yeah.
We walked out to, I believe, a thing called Love by the Darkness. Dude, always an instigator. I just want to say, man, I did not delete your comment on my video. I never delete comments on my video. I don't know what happened. I was about to reply to you and I couldn't reply. It said the comment had been deleted. So I hope it's not YouTube, because sometimes they do. And it's usually when people use some kind of derogatory term or vulgarity, but I don't think you ever did. So it wasn't me, is what I'm trying to say. We were having a good civilized conversation about movies. He didn't think I like superhero movies. Because I haven't liked good superhero movies in a year.
Mike Irish, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy late St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Confession. I'm only a quarter Irish.
Mike, you've got to get us on your Irish. You've got to get us on your avatar, dude. You've been lying to me for years. Gotta go to confession now.
You
gotta go to confession now.
Have you ever watched a movie in a Dolby Cinema? Quite the experience.
Yes.
We have?
Mm-hmm.
Is that IMAX?
No, we've been to a couple of those like that. But the coolest experience we ever saw was Dunkirk. And we were in Canada, in Alberta. And they had that one cinema that was
intense.
The surround sound or the sound.
Probably right up at the front too.
It was like what NASA used for speakers. Or shuttle launches. Those things were so cool, man. And it was that is the movie to experience in it's all good. I'm blaming Taylor. Taylor, my buddy, my social media guy. What do you do? Freaking Taylor. He was younger than me, so that hits hard.
Yeah,
that's Mark. Yeah, we're hanging out with him today.
Okay, hi Mark.
I was like,
I hope you have enough energy to hang out.
Are you at Maddie's house, watching me? That's so meta.
I was just double checking because I'm horrible with names. Justin, do you like the character Apocalypse? What are some stories you recommend?
Apocalypse is my favorite X-Men villain. Are you asking Melanie? Yeah, Melanie, what do you think?
He's cool. I don't think I've ever read a comic with him in it.
Yes, you have. Age of
Apocalypse.
I've
seen it in Dolby Cinema. Did I read that?
Yeah, you did.
Well, dang nabbit, I don't remember.
Because I remember when you had my trades out.
Well, I want to read it again. I like him in the cartoon.
Yeah,
but what? So you
voice actor
recommend
passed away.
Age of Apocalypse?
Oh, I mean, that is what everybody would suggest, though. I like Fall of the Mutants, X Factor. I love Apocalypse in that, man. He's so good. Apocalypse the 12, here's the thing about the 12.
I got you a cheese Danish. I forgot.
Oh, thank you. So Apocalypse the 12 was this big lead up for years that Louise Simonson and Chris Claremont with the editors at the time had started. There were a group of 12 mutants that were going to lead mutant kind into the future. And Apocalypse knew who they were. It all started with this idea because of Master Mold, right? And then when Apocalypse of 12 came out, you're like, really? X-Man? No, I don't think that's what Louise Simons and Chris Claremont had planned. But they did what they could to wrap up that storyline. But for real, man, that story in Fall of the Mutants is just so good. His introduction isn't the coolest because he's like a businessman that's behind a desk. And then like he turns his arms into plane wings and flies away. And I'm like, that's not bad A at all. It's not bad A at all. So, you'll never catch me, X Factor. I'll go buy some more hedge funds. And anyway, it wasn't that ridiculous, but it was different. It was a different character because it wasn't Louis Simonson at that time. But the real answer is X Factor Endgame. Best Cyclops story, best Apocalypse story. When Apocalypse sitting down with the Dark Riders and he's like showing the protocols of like X Factor, each member, he's like, how would you take him down? And the Dark Riders are like, okay, she's a telekinetic. This is how I would handle her. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, man. This is like straight up out of anime. That was all Jim Lee, Will Spertasio, and Chris Claremont. Yeah. Wow, that was a long answer for my best Apocalypse story. I love Apocalypse. I think he's a great character. Rise of Apocalypse, that's a good one.
Okay, really quick, because I'm an English teacher. I like to announce my students of the week. What's the time? 37 minutes. Okay. For this week, students of the week, they get like extra credit and prize in the prize box and candy, recognition, thousands of people hearing their name.
None of you that are watching, except for the kids.
So, and second period, Gracie, because she's been working very well this week. And Finley for being a great writer in third period.
Don't forget to hit that like button, kids.
Fourth period, Cameron. And fifth period, Bryson. And in sixth period, Dylan. So congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, kids. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Check out our sponsors. Tell them
ring that bell for notifications.
What's up,
blah,
Phil?
Blah, 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 blah. Who's the Marvel's Joker?
Carnage. That was quick. But seriously, Carnage, right? I mean, I can't imagine another character being like the Joker that's not Carnage, that kills for the sake of killing, doesn't mind who it is, man, woman, child. Like, yeah, Carnage is dark.
Do you like what Hickman did with Apocalypse?
He's wearing a business suit. He's going to hedge fund meetings.
Wait, is he? No, yes. I thought you were talking about
I don't want
intro.
I don't want to spoil it. It was okay. I mean, I like the idea of the other island in Apocalypse, but I thought it was okay.
Thanks, Comics.
Thank you, Comics. Smash that like button, everybody.
Arcade's of Marvel's Joker.
No.
The new DC Omnis.
Sure. Yeah. What do you want to talk about? Madcap. Yeah, but Madcap isn't really that evil, right? No, I'm not going to agree with Madcap. No. Yes, Jarson, what do you want to ask, brother?
When is the Ultimate X-Men Volume 3 restock due?
Marvel / Uncanny X-Men. Uncanny X-Men. I was like, Ultimate X-Men. Are
you announcing a new book? I did that last week too.
If Chris Claremont was here, he'd reach across the screen. Thank you.
I've got 50 abbreviations to remember, and I can't remember that. Red Age of Apocalypse. AOA. Is that the abbreviation for it?
Age of Apocalypse. Yeah, AOA.
No, but do people say AOA?
Oh yeah. Okay. Dean walks around town and he's like, "Anybody got a copy of that AOA?"
Wait, did you answer the question?
I think it's May.
Okay. Do you think Peter Tomasi getting all the Omni attention? Why do you think Peter Tomasi getting all the Omni attention? I thought we would get Contagion,
Legacy, or Legends of the Dark Knight Omni before his run on Batman. That run seems like an odd choice. Number one, Peter Tomasi is us. I've talked to him off camera. He's a collector. His shelves look like our shelves, whether it's Marvel or DC. So he knows that there is a market for this stuff. I don't know if he has any influence. I mean, he has been telling us we're going to get a Green Lantern hardcore omnibus for 5 years now.
Wait, so
it's finally coming.
Tries to say, will there be more and why, Tomasi?
Yeah, so I'm kind of answering
the question.
Yeah, so it's easy for him to suggest things, and right now, since there's not really a collected editions team per se, it's just editors and people that are working on the current books that are mapping these things out. I know it's kind of crazy, right? I guess it's just as easy to ask the writer, hey, we're going to make an omnibus of your current Batman run. What would you include in there? Maybe that's why I didn't include the Batman White. And what was that story called that he wrote? It's not collected in the New 52 omnibus. You read it. Black and White Knight. Is that what it's called? It's got a story in there too by Paul. Oh my gosh. The gentleman that wrote
Dini.
My 2 favorite episodes of Doctor Who. Paul.
Oh, and you interviewed him.
Yes. What was the name of that title, baby? Black Knight, White Knight? It's got a Peter Tomasi story. Maybe that's why those stories are not included in there. Paul Allure? Is it Paul? No, not Paul Allure. Come on, Omar.
Somebody will tell us in the chat.
This is what I'm getting for trying to email.
They see, there you go. Some guy.
Paul Cornell, thank you.
Said, some guy said.
Hamza's on it. Hamza's like, Cornell, tell that idiot Cornell. Siri.
Matt, thank you so much for the super chat.
Hi, all.
Hi, all from Pittsburgh. Currently reading Criminal for the first time. I'm in Deluxe Volume 3. Is there anything I'm missing? I have Deluxe Volumes 1, 2, and 3. So is there...
Yeah, I actually did a reading order on that.
Batman Black and White. Sorry. I don't know. That's what Oxby Pete said.
Oxby Pete said? What the heck is that story that you need? It's not collected in Criminal, and he said it would not be collected in Criminal. But then again, this is Ed Brubaker. It's not pulp. It's got... Oh man,
Kane, we just get them randomly from those t-shirts.
Oh,
online.
I bought this my brother bought me this one.
Oh, never mind.
Dang it, what the heck is that story called? Not Scene of the Crime, but it's set in the criminal world, and it kind of works as Criminal 2.5. I read somewhere, let me come back to that one, because I know I'll remember, or somebody in the chat will remember what that deluxe hardcover is. I read somewhere that when Jim Lee redesigned the Genosian Magistrates, especially their helmets and their mechs for Extinction Agenda, that were based on the work by Manga by the likes of Masami Yoshiro. Oh, gosh.
Really?
If you
Thank
look
you for the super chat.
I actually,
letting us know.
I actually can see that. I've never heard this, but they look like the characters from Appleseed. Like, if you think about it, the mask. Cruel Summer, thank you all so much. Who's the first person? Hamza, where are you at? Hamza should have been the first one. He likes correct the way I pronounce things. Thank you, Karam. Yeah, so I can see that, because the magistrates all kind, or the guards, Karate Kid look like what's his name? Mink, the robot dude in Appleseed. Gotta have more Brubaker and Phillips in my library. Yes, you do, brother. Oxby Pete, there he is. Cruel Summer. It's called Comics Coda. All you are on top of it. Morning, Omar. How far do you think we are from Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus 6? When did 5 come out? Did 5 come out in 2019 or 2020? We're at the time where it's about 2 years in between omnis like that. From, it's pretty.
I just cracked myself up.
We're living in some good times, man. It's crazy. We don't have to wait 8 or 11 years anymore, brother. I don't know if y'all remember those days. Those were the dark days of the omnis. Now we're living in a time when omnis are about 2 or 3 years apart. So if it was 2020 or 2020, if it was 2021, we might have to wait until 2024, 2025.
They say 2021.
It was 2024, 2025, especially with that, because as we know, and keep this in mind, as we already know, because of Uncanny X-Men Volume 5, we know it's going to be double dipping, and we know it's going to go into Roger Stern's omnibus. They're not going to take Roger Stern's Omni into consideration when mapping Volume 6 and 7. So keep that in mind, okay? Be prepared, and then be prepared. To ask me to ask them to add things, because that's what's gonna come. Omar, can you ask Marvel to add 20 books to this omnibus, please? Because it'll map perfectly with Roger Stern's Omni.
John, thank you so much for the super chat. Raze, who is my symbiote.
Oh my gosh.
And Alf should have a buddy cop comic. That would be awesome. What a cool fanfic. Yeah. Thank you for the idea of something I'll never write. But thank you. Have you bought Ultimate Spider-Man omnibuses? Yes.
Why
did I think they were back there?
No, to be honest, I never.
What? I thought.
Oh no, you did. We bought the first one, the Barnes and Noble one, for Melanie, and she put it in her classroom because I've never been the biggest fan of that run, but I know she liked it, and kids have an easy time to get into comics through Ultimate Spider-Man. So to be honest, that was the only one I bought. Marvel sent me a copy of Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1 and 2 for review copies. So I never.
Oh, okay. Yes, you didn't buy it.
To answer honestly, I did not buy them. No, I did not.
Johnny Neverland is prepared.
You're prepared, Johnny? All right. Oh, he's prepared to write me an email. Omar, tell Marvel to include 35 books in this omnibus so it can map perfectly.
Is the Savage Avengers?
No, Savage Avengers is upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Jinx.
It will probably be down here next week.
Savage Avengers Omnibus overview will come out on Monday. But like I said, this is why I'm gonna have Michael Valens at Marvel at X Factor 1 through 8 and annual number 1. Don't forget about that. To Amazing Spider-Man. I love you, man. If you know, you know. Omar, I've finally done that omnibus voting thing for the first time. Super fun and hard. It is, man.
So, there's a video recently put out. I don't remember when. Omar is saying, "Hey, vote for which omnis you would like to see reprinted, and we'll share the list with Marvel as a suggestion." And tons got reprinted from the poll last year. And then, secondly, there's an epic. Is it reprint poll for epics or is it print?
Yeah, it's reprint poll.
Reprint poll for epics as well. That Tiger Eyes.
Yeah, he's in charge of that, and he's been doing it for 12 years now. I remember when that's how Peter M and I first met. We disagreed with our mapping on 2 books. This was like 8-9 years ago. We were in the Marvel Masterworks forum. The age of innocence.
Transcendent Travis, no.
Omni, is there any update on the OmniFans shirt? Oh, yeah, we'll try to make an update. We're gonna buy a t-shirt printer and start making them ourselves. And charge $85 so we can pay for the printer. But very limited quantities, and it'll come with a free near mint condition sticker.
Soupy. Omar loves Gotham Central.
Oh yes. Yes, that is top 10 favorite DC. That's so good, man. Get it while it's in stock.
And Flint saying can dream of a Raoul Runaways Omni.
You know, you're not the only one. There's other people that have hit me up for a Rainbow Raoul omnibus. What are the chances of a Rainbow Raoul Runaways?
RRR.
I actually found a set on eBay a couple of months ago. No, it was last year, so I don't know when it was. That was custom bound, so I went ahead and got them because I don't know if Marvel will ever do them.
Do you think we could get some new Warriors Epic collections?
Yes, 100% yes. Why? Because 3 years ago they told me. Well, I mean, things get pushed back and back and back and back. We finally got Thunderbolts, and I remember when he told me about Thunderbolts, he told me about modern Epic Collection ideas, and then they didn't know when to start. That's a little behind the scenes, by the way. I remember we were on a hike, so it was 2020 when I found out about this. We were on a hike, and there were other ideas that never came because things just happened, right? And we were on a hike, and he was like, what do you think about new Thunderbolts, New Warriors, and Deadpool and Venom epics? And I said, well, you're going to blow a lot of people's minds because, first of all, now I feel old, officially. Because if you think about like Thunderbolts and the time those books came out and how old I was, and I'm like, and now they're epics, ooh, that hurts. And I said, I think that there's definitely a market for things like that, obviously. So far, I've announced Thunderbolts. We've announced, of course, the very first one being, what was it, Deadpool, I think, and Venom. And then that led into the whole modern epic talk.
Carlos has got his duck shirt on.
Now, Carlos knows what's up. By the way, I reached out to the winner, and I said I would announce it today. So at 12 o'clock, right before we do the Walt's Comic Shop. Wow, look at you. I'll announce the winner, and he'll have 48 hours to message me. I assume it's a he.
Who owns the rights to the Spirit and Sea?
Right now, it's Dynamite, but they can't reprint some volumes that DC did with their archive line. So at one time it was DC, but for some reason they can't go back and do those. I don't know why. Licensing, man. It's all weird. Favorite comic of all time. Oh, this is hard. God Loves Man Kills?
That's what I was going to say.
X-Men God Loves Man Kills.
Spider-Man, the Death of Green Goblin. That's what I'm going to pick this week.
Wow, the J.M. DeMatteis? That's what I'm going to pick this week.
That's what my opinion changes, but can't pick it.
You're entitled to change your opinion. Heyo!
Do you think we'll get more Spider-Man and Superman collected editions in the future?
Yes to Spider-Man. I hope so to Superman.
Ahoy, ahoy! Wait, ahoy, hoy. Ahoy, hoy!
There you go. You're assuming genders now? I
try not to. I catch myself.
I have tried to assume a lot in my life. I walk around assuming.
He does.
Yeah. Rank the Uncanny John. That's not even a super chat. How dare you, sir? All right, here we go. You ready? I got this. 3, 2. Oh, dang it. This is where it gets. Oh, this is where it gets hard, though, because.
Ain't got the gotten.
No. 3, 2, 4, 1. I said what I said. I walk around unassuming. You know what? I walk around assuming all the time. I assume that guy's going to ask me for money. Oh, he is. And I have cash on me.
You sound like Mitch Hedberg.
What? Oh, good. I'll take that as a compliment. I love that guy.
Wait, he delivered that. Any thoughts on the Assassination Classroom manga? Did Lydia read that?
Lydia and I read it, yeah. We liked it. I don't know why we didn't do a video on it. I think it was during that Walk on Eggshells manga phase the channel went through for about a year. I've read the Walking Dead comic. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Seriously.
Oh, somebody gave it to me to put in the classroom, and this guy was like, "Why is blah 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 happening?" I was like, "Oh, I guess I gotta take him out."
All right, Cody has given his 3, 2, 1, 4. 1 over 4. I had to go with 4 over 1 because there were a couple of stories in 4 that I was like, "Oh yeah, hidden gems completely." And I know nobody else cares about these, but they're some of my favorite X-Men. Essex County going to debut on CBC. Hopefully they'll release a hardcover of it so I can find it. It breaks my heart that I missed out on it. What's up, Jake? By the way, I was on the Brave and the Boys a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week. I can't remember. It's been that long in my head. And Jake and his buddy Jordan put up a heck of a show. Everybody needs to check it out. They have a podcast and they also have a YouTube channel. And they interviewed my buddy Omni Dog. So go show him some love.
Me and Alicia were singing wait, now I can't remember. Better days, better. No, that's not how it goes.
That is not even how it goes. You need your daughter here.
I know, she's really good with remembering melodies. Who are your top 3 Marvel and DC assassins? Look at this specific question.
3.
There you go.
Assassins. Elektra?
Oh, wait. Really quick. My co-host Jordan just passed out drunk in my bathroom last night.
Oh, that's good. Make sure you take care of that guy.
Let me go back to Lionheart's question.
Top
and
3
in the chat,
assassins.
chime in as well.
I would say Elektra. She gets the job done.
I can't find it.
Does Punisher count? Punisher, yeah, Punisher is a good assassin. Where's Bar? It's not loud here today. Top of the morning to you, Jerry. And
what
I guess
about, Lady Shiva.
That's a really good one. Actually, the Assassin's Guild, yeah, Lady Shiva. That's a good one. Good answer. Who wrote that?
Jake.
Jake, good answer.
What about DC?
Oh, I thought he meant DC and Marvel. Lady Shiva is DC. She's the one that trained Batman too. Remember?
But you didn't say.
I did. I said Elektra. I guess Punisher. He's a good assassin. And Lady Shiva. That's 2.
No,
Marvel.
I meant Lionheart. Did you want 3 for each one?
Deathstroke determined. He ain't even paid me.
I'm gonna find the question. What? Who are your top 3 Marvel and DC assassins? Oh, you did word the question vaguely.
That's on you, Lionheart. That's on you. Nat T, what's up, buddy? How are you? Favorite Remender series published by Image.
Thank you for the super chat.
Deadly Class. But Fear Agent's going to be reprinted by them. So keep an eye out on those. Yeah.
Are you going to eat your cheese?
Yes, I am. Leave me.
It looks really good. And I want it.
All right. Answer some questions then, Melanie.
Bullseye. Oh, and then Bullseye, all caps. Deadpool. Deathstroke. Shaking my head.
This ain't Deathstroke.
Why no Hellblazer Omni?
Hey, Leave it on him for 1 second.
Okay. Oh, Josh is missing as well.
Number 1, there is, but it's only the Garth Ennis run. And it only collects like Garth Ennis stories. So even one that actually skips to when he came back to the title for a little bit. Hey, Hunter, you left a message on one of my videos. And I just want to say I'm sorry, man. Much love to you. And I'm not going to, because that is your business, but I'm sorry, man. I hope you're doing okay.
And Nate.
Oh, dude.
Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm struggling, but I'll be okay. How are you all doing?
I hope you're going to be okay, too. Whatever's going on in your life, man. I'm sorry.
Favorite Image Comics property?
I did a top 10 video, but to pick one, that would be really hard because I like a lot of them. Oh my goodness. This might be a week by week kind of answer. There's a lot of new books I enjoy, like Middle West. Really like that. I really liked Invincible. East of West is solid. This is hard. Maybe I need to remake that list. I need to remake my favorite Image comics and my favorite Dark Horse comics because a lot of things have happened in the last 3 years. You know, your taste changed too. You know, your viewers jump on you for liking something, and they're like, "What? How is that on your top 10?" Remember people jumping on me for liking Glory. I love Glory. Nobody else puts that on their top 10 list. It's great. Prophet. Dude, I love Prophet so much. I'm getting this because I don't know when Image will ever come out with an official one. I bought this like 3 years ago. This is an custom omnibus of Prophet. This is so good, and we've never had one. That's another property I really like. But I hear rumors of a Prophet movie from... I meant 3 per Company, Omar. Nah. Too late. Moments passed. But yeah, there's a lot. Saga solid. I mean, there's a lot. So maybe I need to go back and revisit that list. Thank you for that. You missed an hour, Rahul. No, you didn't. You only missed 57 minutes. Good morning, Omar and Melanie. Have you been? Thank you.
Hope you.
Oh, hope you've been. T-wide. Oh, and had a wonderful week. Thank you. I hope you've been doing well. Criminal is good. Middle West, Low, and Invincible are solid.
Would love to see a new Dark Horse and Image top 10.
Maybe it's time. Maybe it's the summer of Omar. We've been rewatching Seinfeld, so I just love throwing that in there.
Oh, is it?
Believe it or not, Omar isn't at home. It's the song. It's the theme to The Greatest American Hero.
Excuse me. Do you think Image might bring out other Spawn titles and oversized hardcovers like Medieval Spawn, King Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, Your Mom Spawn?
Hey!
It doesn't even make.
Why are you being rude to Transcendent Travis, man?
How is that an insult?
He's got What If number 50 as his freaking avatar. That's awesome.
So what if your mom was Spawn? Right, Transcendent Travis?
I hope he's like, I am removing myself from this chat. It's harmful and
gosh,
detrimental to my mental health.
health.
Yes, of course. Because I mean, we've already had things like Sam and Twitch in oversized format. We've had things like Hellspawn in oversized format. And when the Todd Fathers people were still talking to me, the lady retired, by the way, they showed me a list of books, and some of those books that you mentioned there were coming out in deluxe formats. Almost posted. No, that's for tomorrow's AMA.
So that's a tradition for the AMA, which is scheduled for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Wait, it's not Eastern Standard Time. It's just Eastern Time.
It's Eastern
time. No. Andrew said you take this out. No more.
Andrew isn't even here. I don't care what Andrew thinks.
I do. I want to be correct.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So 2 p.m. and that's the part of the $7.77 tier package for our Patreon. So if you would like to be involved, check it out, because there's also Discord and book club, which we're meeting. What is today? Oh, next week on Wednesday. And we're reading The New Frontier by Dwayne Cook.
Dwayne the Rock Cook. No. Try it again.
Dwayne?
Darwin.
Dang damn it.
Dwayne Cook, his cousin. Dwayne Cook done wrote a comic book.
Well, it's appropriate that I messed up his name because I'm confused, y'all. I think it's the first comic where I'm like, I'm trying and I'm not getting it. I'm not following the.
I will be joining that one to help Melanie along.
Thank you.
Look, where's Hamza?
The art is awesome, and I'm sure it's an awesome story. I'm just not following.
How come Hamza ain't yelling at you?
Darwin. Oh, good. MC, you're going to be there tomorrow. Do you have any Italian comics in your collection? You have European.
Got some European comics, yeah. I'm sure if I look around, I do. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of. In the last few years, we've done a better job at translating a lot of it European comics over here. So Dwayne Cook now playing Black Adam.
Oh my God.
Leave it to my wife. This is where you come get your answers, by the way.
Dwayne Dibley. Thank you so much for the super chat, R021XX. You get the flash. DC brought up their swimsuit variants back from last year for this year.
Oh my gosh, I heard.
Marvel needs to compete. Bring back swimsuit issues. Udon's doing it.
I would love a Marvel swimsuit omnibus. I'm gonna shoot it over to David. I'm like, look, you can have like 85 variant covers because you know there are people that are gonna collect all of them. And oh my gosh, Tex. You know, I've never read Tex and I always wanted to. It's a great Italian. How are you, Dane? I hope you've been doing well. Somebody said you were blasphemous for calling him Dwayne.
I'm gonna call him Dwayne.
Hey, Mika. First of all, Darwin is one of those creators we lost at an early age. He was such a wonderful creator. I love his artwork.
He passed away?
Oh, yeah. He passed away a few years ago.
Oh.
Which sucks because he was great. I love that, he had this, forever feel to his art, like Bruce Timm, like one of those old school golden age.
Beforehand, but he definitely reminds me of Elsa Charretier. And I think that I love her.
Well,
She's
also,
like one of my favorite artists. So I think that's why I like him.
Who also has a very Bruce Timm, animated type of style.
Those lines.
You're like elder siblings now. So can I ask a comic unrelated?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I hope we don't do you wrong. Good morning, Novark. Instead of yelling first. Just kidding. Let's see. Omar, we both got older but better a couple of days ago.
Oh,
well, happy belated
older but better.
birthday.
That's right, baby.
Oh gosh, here's Josh yelling. No, he's too smart for me because I'm not following. So there you go. And I love his art. And I already told you that. And I do like the old school feel, the 50s feel. 40s, 50s? Is that going back too far with 40s? He's the one who designed the current Catwoman leather jumpsuit goggles look, right? Google's look.
Yeah, that was Darwin Cook.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. We talked a little bit about Lance Reddick a little bit earlier. Great, phenomenal actor.
What's the worst X-Men Omni? Revolution?
The worst one. First of all, there's no such thing. They're X-Men. The worst one. Revolution had the return of Chris Claremont. How dare you, sir? Onslaught. It's the comic story that took me out of comics. So I know a lot of people like it. And do you know how it feels to have 2 years ago in the your most wanted Marvel Omnibus reprint, Onslaught beat out Tomb of Dracula by a lot of points, but Tomb of Dracula Volume 2 reprint was voted number 21. Onslaught was voted number 20. I was like, dang it, we were so close. This year, not Onslaught, but Tomb of Dracula Volume 2 lost out to Uncanny X-Men Volume 2. And I was like, well, it's a little bit better. At least it's not Onslaught, but y'all bring so much joy to the world. Oh, thank you. I hope you know that. Thank you for giving us a place to hang out. Thank you for being here, man. All of you.
When I read where is it? When I read this, at first I read Dwayne swimsuit editions. Dynamite swimsuit edition.
Marvel and DC.
It's better than Marvel DC.
Do y'all remember the Image swimsuit edition when they were trying to cash in on that too? Back whenever Marvel was doing it. Marvel was releasing one magazine size every year, and then Image said, we got our own. Now we got Jim Lee, we got Mark Silvestri, Eric Larson. And I remember this picture of Fahrenheit and Matt Thompson trying to rip it out of my comic book because he was like, dude, that's my kind of woman. And I'm like, yeah, obviously, it's everybody's kind of woman. And he was like, it's like Jim Lee said. No. Kept erasing the picture, going, bigger. And he's like, no. He erased the picture, bigger.
You're shaking the table when you're erasing.
But it was just mad cracking me up. And I'll never look at the picture of Fahrenheit the same way. He's like, no, we could go bigger.
Like Supergirl. Not Supergirl, Power Girl.
Oh, you got ridiculous. Hello there. I've recently found your YouTube channel, and I just want to say that I love it. Great job, and thank you. And I thank you for being here, brother. I'm glad you found us.
Hi, Joey. Hope that you're all doing well. I hope you are.
I hope you're doing well too, buddy. Did that gentleman get back to us with his life question?
Oh, let me.
The film version of New Frontier might be easier to process. There's an idea. We could watch that together. 12-4, time to announce the winner and midstream sponsor. Thank you so much.
You do that while I look for the question.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that he emailed me back. Well, he hasn't yet. So the winner of the Omnibus, the Jason Aaron Thor Omnibus, I'm looking at it right now, is Tony. T-O-E. Knee. So congratulations,
Tony.
man.
Oh, good. I just got it.
I told him to shoot me an email, so he's got 48 hours to shoot me an email from now. And if he doesn't, I'll just pick another one. Not I'll pick, but I'll do the random name picker to pick another winner. And thank you everybody that joined us for that. And keep watching the channel because I like to give away things randomly. Sometimes I give away things to just people that comment on my videos. So thank you all for commenting and watching and liking. You all make this possible for me. Tony, if you live outside the U.S., though, don't bother emailing me back because that's expensive. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding, brother. That's expensive.
Shoot, I cannot find the question about advice. Let's see. Louise, I started your super chat so that we can get to it after. Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. If you don't know, now you know that they also have a brick and mortar store. Online, they have flat shipping rates of 12 euros for all EU countries. Bulletproof packaging. Wait, did I say they're in Germany? They're in Germany. Emails answered within 24 hours. Oh, and by the way, somebody said they got bulletproof packaging on their package. WaltzComicShop.com. And you can use the code near mint condition, all one word, at checkout and get free shipping within for all EU countries with your first order over 40 euros. Waltz Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting.
That was beautiful. Thank you for that.
Okay, the Wheeze, thank you for the super chat.
Hello, first family of Omnis. How's it going, man? Or lady. I never assume. I'm sorry about that, Cody. Amazon shows March 28th for Savage Avengers Omni. I noticed that too, but it shouldn't be because the direct market, well, maybe it's delayed through the book market, but direct market is still this week. So I don't think that there should be any more delays considering that it's already had a delay a lot. It was supposed to come out like last November. I've had my copy since October. So I don't know. I don't think it should be having any more delays. Melanie's ting needs to be
my notification alert. Oh, Alicia. She
that's
said,
our daughter.
Sorry. I recorded years ago. Oh, I'm gonna find it. Her saying, "Let's go, bub." And that used to be my notification alert. I need to bring it back.
I forgot when they were little, I would ask them, what does Wolverine say? And Alicia would go, "Let's go, bub."
It's so cute.
So cute.
Yeah,
my Savage Avengers shipped from CGN last night. My copy of the DM cover is already on the way. Awesome. Don't worry, Omar. For the Tiger Eyes poll thing, I went for Chuck Austin X-Men just for you. Joking. You vote for what you want to, Warren. Omar, what was it about the Onslaught saga that drove you away? Or was it more of a final straw with how you were feeling about comics in general? I think it represents how I was feeling about comics at the time. I was in high school. I was working at a comic shop, so I was getting a big discount on my books. Not as big as online retailers, though, because for anybody that worked at comic shops. But, I was, and it wasn't just American comics I was getting out of Manga too. So this was 1996, 1996. That was it. I was a senior in high school. I was getting ready to go to college that summer. And it was just time to kind of say goodbye. But I knew I would be back, right? I knew that someday I would be back. So you found it. But I mean, what they did with the whole retcon, I just didn't like or appreciate. So it was time to take a break. So I always think of that story as the story that kind of drove me out of comics. And I was getting everything at the time: Batman, Green Arrow, Wonder Woman, X-Men, Avengers, Spider-Man.
Let's go, Bub.
Oh, that's our baby.
Let's go, Bub.
Okay, one more time. Don't talk during it.
Let's go, Bub.
Okay. Oh, and
Go. This is how we do it.
Okay. All right. Well,
okay, that's enough.
all right. That was adorable. Omar would buy the Chuck Austin Omnibus, though. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know it's trash. I don't care. Give it to me, baby. I'd buy the Peter Milligan Omnibus. I'd buy the Bendis X-Men Omnibus. I don't care. It's X-Men. It's what happens. That's our baby. She was like 3 or 4 when she was singing those songs. Good morning, you two. Any chance we get a Kirby 2001 collection? That's one of my most wanted gallery editions, man. Montel Jordan, Mr. Tex knows what's up. That was Montel Jordan back in '94. Oh my gosh.
The TV show Heroes. Did you watch it? Yes.
That
First season was awesome.
Yeah,
not the second season.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, first season was so much fun. Yeah. Let's see. When are we getting Bendis X-Men Omnis?
Oh, I'm sure that will come. I mean, it's Bendis, and it's got Stuart Eminem, Chris Bachalo on artwork. I'm sure that will come.
Isn't she the cutest? And Lydia, oh my gosh, they're so cute. This morning she said, "Good morning, puppy," and I was like, "Isn't that the best sound?"
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, it's the greatest sound ever."
still in bed. Oh yeah, make it like a Japan. What's a meme? Would it be a meme?
You don't understand
sound clip.
technology.
Clip of sound.
By the way, I need to announce something else too. We need some slam dunk omnis. Yes, we do, or at least oversized hardcovers of those would be great. Nick Barucci over at Dynamite, they have a show called The Experience, and The Experience is a show that they have. It's on their channel. I'll leave a link in the description of the video. That they do several things, and one of the things they do is auctions. He's been on our show to do auctions, but the latest auction they did, and they're doing one on, I'll just make sure to get this right. The latest auction they've been doing is to benefit George Perez's widow. And I thought it was a wonderful thing. So Carol is benefiting from all the things that they're selling. And the next one is going to be on March 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll leave a link in the description to the Experience YouTube channel. And they'll have like George Perez's his shirts that he wore, some original artwork, some sketchbooks. So if you want any of that stuff, and of course can't afford things like that, the money will go towards Carol, which is George Perez's widow. So I thought that was a wonderful thing, and I didn't catch it live, but I've noticed that he was doing it. And I'm like, let me know when the next one is, and I'll be happy to promote it, man. I think what you guys are doing is wonderful. I love when I hear stories like that of people, creators helping other creators, even though they're gone, right? Because he could be selling that stuff for a lot of money and putting in money in his pockets, but benefiting, George Perez's widow. I thought that's just a wonderful thing to do. So,
Cody, Omar put out video last night.
Yeah, last night.
Recorded reviewing Shazam.
Yep.
Because Amanda wasn't going to be able
It's like, okay, the review itself is only like 15 minutes and then like 10 minutes of bloopers because people really like the bloopers.
But yeah, Amanda wasn't going to be able to do a live show. So they pre-recorded it.
Yeah, they were amazing.
Tiger Eye says, I'm buried in votes. We're already at nearly 550, and I've only counted about 200 so far.
Dude, that's what happens when I made a video. I was like, now the last 2 years I hadn't made a video. I wonder how much that's going to affect the poll this time around. And then of course people are like, I'm new to this. I don't know exactly what other people want. So good journey, my brother. And thank you for doing that. Omar, can we create our own Kyle Rayner omnibus and put Ion in, yes, in all his stories, since that probably won't happen, it might still happen, right? I think that has a better chance of happening, Kyle Rayner omnis, than the New Dawn omnibus, the DC Emerald Dawn, stories.
Let's see. Did you watch or heard about the official Marvel live stream X-Men 60?
I heard about it.
With creators like Claremont, Hickman, Simonsons, and even Grant Morrison, and they're talking with some news.
I heard about it. That's wonderful. Do you know what? Okay, first of all, if I held a panel like that, I don't think I could contain myself. I would be okay, Mr. Claremont. I would just start crying, and then we're like, "Hey, man, is this guy okay? What's going on? What kind of interview is this?" I think it was awesome, dude. I've only seen screenshots of it. I don't know if anything was announced or not, though. Omar, thoughts on Del Toro Pinocchio and the Disney remake? Oh yes, on Del Toro Disney remake. I don't watch those remakes unless Amanda makes me to review it or something. So far, I think I've avoided it. I didn't even do the Aladdin remake. She reviewed that by herself because I was like, I don't. And no offense to anybody that enjoys them, and if you do, more power to you. I just don't I don't get the point of Disney live action remakes. I already have the animated one. Okay, maybe I get the point of like live action remakes if there's Aladdin, because Aladdin was a cartoon. It had a talking monkey and the genie was animated. Okay, maybe, but to do like a live action Lion King. Because you can't do a live-action Lion King. You have to use CG. So what's the point of remaking that if you're already animating something and then you're remaking it with another animated something?
Sean's 100% with you.
That's just my opinion.
Would you consider $529 a good deal for all 101 one-piece volumes? And Ben, we did not get to WonderCon. Did you?
No, I did not. Not by myself.
No, I'm asking him.
Oh. Is somebody supposed to be? Is it a good deal? I was trying to think of how much the box sets are. Can you let him in, baby? It's something that needs to be signed.
Let him in.
Something that needs to be signed.
Oh, it's my trivia question.
Give me 1 second. We'll come right out there. Technology. Melanie, a trivia question. What love interest to Peter Parker makes her first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man 31 first series? I'll let her answer. Way too early to do math. It is, but I was thinking of the box sets. I like the box sets. And the box sets doesn't get you to 101, though. I would almost wait for the box sets. Omar, it's because adults can't watch animated movies. Well, but they are watching an animated movie with like things like The Lion King. It's an animated movie. It's just CG instead of, traditional 2D animation. Omar reviews Disney live action remakes under protest. I only review them when my co-host Amanda wants to review them. Oh, it's next Friday, Ben. Then you have a good time, brother. Saturday morning fan. Disney has live action Little Mermaid, Stitch. Wait, Lilo and Stitch is coming too? Hercules, Atlantis, Hunchback, Sword in the Stone, Snow White, Black Cauldron. Wait. The Black Cauldron is going to be remade into a movie? What? Okay, first of all, that's a weird choice because the animated movie didn't do that well because a part of the Prydain Chronicles. Like, that's like book 2 or 3? It's like in the middle of the freaking Chronicles. Still weird though, but I guess good for them. I don't know. Claremont is going to be at comic shop I buy from an hour away for free comic book day. Thinking about making it. Do it, John. It's Claremont, man. Got my first appearance of. Got my Injustice Year 2, Book 1 question. What is interlude and is it important to read? Yes, all interludes are important to read within those stories because they lead into something else. So yes, read everything, man.
It's from China.
It's from China.
And he said something might have fallen out.
Ah, that's nice.
He said something might be missing because it fell out.
Oh, that is from Titan Comics.
Why is it country of origin China?
Because that's where the printer is.
Miss Tree.
Yeah, those are the mystery books, and he was sending me a couple of other books. Will, that's my contact over at Titan Comics.
Yeah.
Omar, is it okay to choose less than 10 books? Oh, yes. Tiger Eyes is here, so that would be a question for him. He's the one that has to read them. I'm sure he would appreciate less than 10 choice. Too bad it's from China, not
Japan.
Read it, Melanie. What does that say?
Japan.
There we go.
What was my trivia question?
Oh, I don't know.
I was like yelling, like, don't read it yet. I'm not there. Let's see. Oh, and did you give him
No, I didn't give him anything.
There you go. What love interest to Peter Parker makes her first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man number 31 first series? Well, I'm guessing Gwen, because that's like not that long to the series. Please let me be right. Please let me be right. I feel like it's a trick question. Or you're asking me an easy one because I don't get them right. Thank you, Lightheart, for the super chat.
I love that he even had to say love interest. But that is part of If This Be My Destiny. You're right.
Oh, good job. Okay, good job.
Bart, where have you been? This chat has been so quiet without you. I mean, heard you yelling at me. Do you think Marvel will do an Indiana Jones omnibus for the Marvel and Dark Horse years? I would hope so. I would hope one day, now that they have sort of the rights back, because this still has to be approved and stuff. I love Max Allan Collins books, but I've not read Mystery. I need to, dude, they're so good. I almost voted for that as one of my favorite reads last year. It was so good.
Face it, Tiger. You're wrong. No, I'm right.
Tiger Eyes is wrong? What are we talking about?
No, like it's in Mary Jane.
Oh, this
Face it, Tiger.
This is true. No, okay, so I think he means American. Half the movies in Japan theaters are animated. Adults watch cartoons there. Absolutely. I think obviously it's a thing still here in America, unfortunately, that cartoons and comic books are for children. I think we're changing a lot of that, though, right? The more of these movies come out, and I'm not just talking about superhero movies, but I'm talking about movies like Road to Perdition, or movies that are based on graphic novels, even things like Old, which was M. Night Shyamalan's horrible attempt at that. But even movies like that, when people realize it's based on a graphic novel, I think there's a certain level of respect now of like, maybe comic books are not just for kids. I think we'll get there, right? But yeah, definitely in Japan, it's #1 movie. What was it? Like Demon Slayer beat out. I remember One Piece beating out like the best movie here in America that year. It was like some superhero movie. Correct, Melanie. Okay, it's the New 52, worth to read. Oh yeah, there are a lot of great titles in the New 52. Most people will probably say Batman is worth it, Wonder Woman is worth it, Flash is worth it. Freddie, be good, buddy, and thank you for smashing that like button before you leave. Alf comics are for real, man. Iron Man is
for children.
For children. Alf comics.
Who's Frederick?
Well, Wortham's fault. Adults are embarrassed to read comics or watch cartoons in America.
Hey, Taylor. By the way.
And how are you, Taylor? I had no idea you guys started early.
Oh, hush,
I had
whatever.
no. Somebody else, they were mentioning that earlier too. I think it's because of the daylight savings time, right?
Oh,
maybe they don't have that everywhere, so that's what's happening.
They don't.
Which is stupid. I know.
Our time. Wait, spring forward. We went forward an hour, and then in the fall you fall back. If the is it the House or the Senate? If the other one agrees, we can get rid of daylight savings time, which would be amazing.
I blame Benjamin Franklin. He's the seduction of the innocent. That's why
Benjamin Franklin?
No, Frederick. What's his name? The seduction of the innocent. That's why they canceled all the EC lines.
Oh, okay. Well, you cannot be like that.
You had
that
reaction up there, and
because you just said Benjamin Franklin, and then you said seduction of the innocent. And there you can't. Please comment and like. Is that what it means? My most wanted Omni list: Daredevil by Ann Nocenti, Hickman's Secret Wars, Civil War, Fantastic Four by Claremont, Fear Itself, and Bendis All New Avengers, All New X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, Uncanny X-Men.
Did you just say Bendis? All right, but I like Big Stu. 2 states. Which states are those? Is this a
Isn't it
trivia
like
question?
Arizona, somewhere out west.
Oh, and the UK changes clock
okay.
Sunday night. Y'all behind. Benjamin Franklin, right? He was the guy that did because of the
maybe
farms
it sounds
and stuff.
like it.
So, thank you, Jack Ferry, for the super chat, hermano. Since the last collected edition volume of Ursa Yatsura came out, will you be doing an overview of the entire series someday? Yeah, sure. If Rumiko Takahashi doesn't try to take out my channel. Yeah, I would love to, man. Arizona and Hawaii.
I was right. Arizona was one. Hart, you asked me a trivia question about time zones.
I was going to say Alaska and Hawaii, but Arizona? Interesting.
Nobody annoyed Omar Bar.
No.
Nobody.
Except my wife loves to correct me. No, their voting always have daylight savings, which will be glorious.
Oh, right. Whichever, just to stay on one. Yeah. I got you.
Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert used to push for more recognition of animation by adults. Ebert specifically was big, and I remember that was the first time I ever saw a review of an anime was watching Siskel. I used to love those shows when I was a kid. Watching Siskel and Ebert, and they reviewed the original dub in America, which was released by Fox. So this was probably 1991 before, later on they redubbed it.
Making sure
and it
we
was
changed last week.
It was My Neighbor Totoro. Yeah, our times changed last Saturday.
After Omar's birthday party, it changed. Let's see. French toast, pancakes, waffles. Final answer. Answer.
No.
French toast, pancakes, waffles.
No. Pancakes, waffles, French toast. Blech.
Hi, Hannah. You're wrong.
No,
You're wrong.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Yeah. What? A guy on the radio went on a 10-minute rant over saving time. Matt, thank you for the suggestion to seductively caress that like button. Let's see. Oh, and this person is thank you so much for that 45 comic book covers video. It was brilliant.
Oh, thank you. And a big thank you to Keenan. And if you guys like that, let me know. And I would love to make more videos like that. Seriously. And Ipsy saying we're both wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Waffles, French toast, and pancakes. Okay. Sure.
I don't like.
I'm sorry.
The work
Do they have
you have to put into waffles to eat them?
First of all,
no, I don't like the texture.
Everybody that picked French toast first doesn't realize that there's no such thing as an international house of French toast, and there's no such thing as the French toast house. But there is International House of Pancakes and Waffle House. So, Ipsy, in the words of Chris Claremont,
that's
he's never said that, by the way.
That's a very good point. However, no, it's not right. Waffles take too much energy to eat. Don't like the texture.
What?
French toast has got the better texture. But pancakes I make every Saturday morning, and that's why I was late, because I made my pancakes and then worked out, and I did not manage my time correctly. It's my tradition to make pancakes and listen to YouTube videos on Saturday mornings.
French toast
instead of my cartoons. I listened to reviews of Reboot, the Source Guardians, or what Source Code, whatever, because I was like, what actually happened? Oh, it was so bad. New Spooky Channel was so bad.
Totoro is back in theaters in America starting March 25th for his 31st birthday.
Really?
Oh, we'll go see that then. I love Totoro.
Look it up.
We got our studio Ghibli. There, did I say it right that time? You always like, no, you gotta say it right when we go to Japan. We got our Studio Ghibli tickets to go and see it
for the park, not the museum. We can't buy those yet.
Taking the kids to the park, so we're very excited about that. 45 X-Men covers next, please. They're all going to be Emma Frost or Rogue or Storm, but okay. Omar, with all due respect, you don't like cinnamon? Well, that's where that conversation ends. You don't get a vote for breakfast foods. They even have breakfast foods in Peru. Hola, Omar, saludos desde Yucatán. Arriba. Las Chivas, muchas gracias, hermano. Are you really in the Yucatan? Omar giving me business ideas. I'll be rich. The House of French Toast. I had no idea I was such a fan of pancakes.
It's,
Dude, I
mean,
live
well, it's not.
I live in Kentucky, man. We got I love breakfast food. Like I eat breakfast for dinner. I love it. Scones, baby. Hannah, you're so high society. Scones.
Oh, and Hannah, I'm not making a face at your comment. Scones.
You
Yeah,
enjoy your
scones
pancakes,
is
Mel.
very,
You enjoy your pancakes, Mel.
very
I
high
must,
society.
Big Stu, I must accept the era of Bendiz.
Yeah,
Okay.
Look at this. All the answers to the question. Waffles are polite. They hold my butter and syrup.
Where's my boy Jack
But
Ferry
they
at? So he can tell you.
scratch your gums in the roof of your mouth. House of M, the French toast connection.
French toast feels like they forgot to cook the thing in the middle. Where's my boy Jack Ferry so he can tell you some real breakfast food like guinea pigs in Peru?
You couldn't watch more than an episode of The Guardian Code. I wanted to keep what good memories I have. Reboot.
Oh, Reboot.
Untarnished, right? And then, like, I watched a clip of Megabyte talking with Hexadecimal, and the guy did a good job with Megabyte's voice. However, like, it was just bad. There was no heart, and what they were talking about were just
No heart.
It's a horrible script. Oh my gosh,
No heart.
no heart. Okay, so great jumping off points for X-Men, Uncanny.
Wow, all the way back
X-Men
then.
176 maybe, later in the 90s, Zero Tolerance, for Messiah era, circa 2011, before Schism, but then also read Avengers versus X-Men to finish it off.
You know, we talk about jumping on points on this channel a lot, and I don't talk about jumping off points because I realize there are comics for everybody, right? Like different comics, different people. But in my head, let's say, hypothetically speaking or realistically speaking, you have limited amount of space, right? Even in big basements, even with people with houses, but you have limited amount of space. You can't buy everything. Even if you're just limiting yourself to buying Spider-Man or X-Men, where's your jumping off point? That is a really good thing to think about. I really like that,
Jumping
man.
off point?
Yeah, like where do you stop? Where does Wolverine stop for you? The no-nose years, the no adamantium years, right? Where does Fantastic Four stop for you? Before the Fantastic Four's booby window years?
Movie window.
People know what I'm talking about. Hey, I like that era. You make that a die-cut cover.
French toast is not missing taste.
Thank you. Mr. Tex, I feel like you and I can go out for a beer. Just because you don't like French toast.
Mega Shrimpster, thank you for the super chat.
Randomly starting daylight savings time in the middle of a month and slamming waffles. This is why you don't get invited.
Slamming them against your face.
Oh, is that why I don't get invited to Sweden? Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that. You know, if I'm going to get canceled for that, chicharrones, thank you so much, my brother, with the sweet yams. Viva Peru, carajo. That's how it's done, right? Take your French toast, go back to, where's French toast from? Can't be France. That's too easy.
Like French fries are from France. Thank you, Jack, for the super chat to declare your opinion. What is this stop you speak of? Oh, I get it. Okay. Good point. Let's see. I don't have a jumping off point. I just ignore the movies. After those live action movies started and Wolverine became the spearhead for X-Men, it was unbearable for me. Wow.
Well, they put Wolverine in everything just about then, too. Even in Avengers.
He'd want some pancakes. Yep, I made sweet potato pancakes. How about them apples? I mean, how about them sweet potatoes? Oh, it's so good. You add it with pre-made pancake mix and eggs and milk and
Bet you all didn't know you were going to be in store for that kind of video today, right?
Whose idea was it to give Wolverine bone claws?
I would say either Bob Harris or Larry Hama at the time, who was writing the book. Bob Harris was the editor. Was he editor-in-chief when that came out, or was he just editor of X-Men? It must have been the editor or the writer. And the idea was, hey, it wasn't adamantium claws, right? It was bone claws, and it was adamantium laced on his bones. Pretty cool. I kind of dig that.
Let's see. Saturday morning fans' stopping point for Spider-Man was One More Day.
I think a lot of people would agree. And even before then, I think a lot of people would agree with not One Moment in Time. The what's the one I hate?
Yeah.
The kids.
With Norman Osborn.
Yeah, the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, Since Past. Since Past.
Do you think or know if Marvel will collect their old Planet of the Apes comics now that a new series is coming?
we know of the Omnibus, right? The Omnibus is collecting the colored versions of those black and white magazines, which are just retelling the movies. So we know those are coming. So hopefully, I don't know if you're interested in that era, maybe if that sells well enough. Since past was, look at Kyle, man. I got to give it up to the people. You know, there's a lot of us that say, I'm done. Well, we always come back, right? I remember, I don't know how many times I've said I'm done with X-Men. X-Men's like that bad, unhealthy relationship. You know, you're like, you're done, and you're like, I'm out the door. I'm packing my stuff. I'm going back to my mom and dad's house. Forget you, X-Men. And then you come back about 3 months later. Hey, I just wondered what have you been up to lately, huh? You've been doing okay? Okay, I see Mystique hanging out over here an awful lot. Yeah, and you're like back in, and you're like, why am I still reading this stuff? That's what it feels like sometimes to be an X-Men reader. An unhealthy relationship.
Warren does not like JMS's Spider-Man. Do you not like the mythos with the totem and such?
I love that totem.
Kind of
like,
cool. Like magic, not magic, but you know, mystical. That's the word I'm looking for.
I dug that. I thought that was cool because once you have a character that's been around for, at that time, 40 plus years, what else do you do with the character? And I kind of feel like that about some characters like Iron Man. Iron Man's been around for 60 years, and it's like, what do you do with Iron Man after a while? And then you get some runs that are like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is a newish idea. So I like a writer to come in and take chances with characters sometimes, whether I agree with where they're going with those characters or not. I did not agree with what they did in Iron Man in the Civil War storyline because I hated that story, but I like the aftermath with the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. idea. I thought that was so good. I like that.
Are you going to do Marauders hardcover?
I didn't get one from Marvel, but I did get my copy of it. So probably, if you want me to, brother.
Please take me back, X-Men. I can change. It wasn't you.
It was me. That's the way it feels, man.
Jack Perry, thank you for another super chat. Pancakes always come first.
They're interchangeable.
Uh-huh.
That's true. That is true. Jack Perry is a man of wisdom. There's a lot of us that from Peru. Probably 3 of us in the chat together.
Is X Factor game in the Mutant Genesis Epic Collection?
Off the top of my head, I think it is. That's the one with the Muir Island saga cover, right? With Cyclops holding Professor X. I think it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has Irony established a galactic empire? I'd like to see that.
You mean Iron Man? Has he established a galactic empire? No, but Black Panther has. See, and people were like, oh, this is kind of silly. But I like Black Panther Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. I thought that was so cool. Because you're taking him out of his element and you're like, oh, he's forgotten who he is. Is he really T'Challa? Or is he an alternate version of T'Challa that's now living in this intergalactic or in this, I guess, spaceship, and there's an intergalactic war? I thought that was really cool. I like the extremist face. Yeah, that was cool. That was Ellis, right? Ellis, and then eventually it was Salvador La Roca with Fraction.
What's a Omar jumping off point? Near mint condition jumping off point. What?
No. What are you doing, Blast? I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends. We had the whole pancake thing going. Remember? Speaking of Spider-Man, will Sandman ever get cured of his mind control, turning him evil? Ironic, his buddy, the Thing, has a cure for it, but left him mind control for decades now. Thanks, buddy. I don't think they ever went back to those stories, have they? Well, not yet. I haven't read that. I don't think does any writer or editor remember? Probably not. That probably has a lot to say with that.
I absolutely love Stray Dogs, and I'm getting the second Dog Days. Thank you. He gave me the last bite.
You had the previous
second Dog Days straight paperback.
Do you think, have you heard if Tony Fleece is going to be writing any more books in the universe? I haven't, but he thought a hardcover was a good idea. You know, I have a lot of people on my channel. I like, people, of course, want me to interview Jonathan Hickman and all these creators, but I like interviewing people that are trying to make their own books out there, and not a lot of, they don't have a lot of.
No jumping off point for Berserk.
Maybe, though I haven't read.
Oh,
after he left, and I heard mixed reviews, but I don't want to know. So I like people, that are pushing their books, that are trying to get their books made. And I like talking to those people. And Tony Fleece was so cool, man. He came up to me when we were at Heroes Con. We were at a party, and he just randomly came up to me. I had never met him outside of interviewing him. He's like, dude, thank you so much for having me on your show. Sold a bunch of stray dogs because of that interview. And I
He's going to
appreciate
be at
it.
Lexington Comic Con.
Oh, I'll come by and say hi. Yeah. So.
Oh, I think JT Gamer's asking, like, what is... Like,
what is a
does it
jumping off
mean?
point? It's when you're
You
done
stop
with a book
reading,
or a
yeah.
series or a TV show. It's like, okay, this is it for me. A lot of people say, when the Fonzie from Happy Days jumped the shark, that episode, that's when Happy Days ended for them. They were like, okay, obviously this is horrible now. And then there was the cartoon where they traveled through space, I think.
Time?
No,
Time.
It wasn't time.
Well, who traveled through time?
Was Gilligan's Island was Tom, I think. Could be wrong, the cartoon. But anyway, that's what a jumping off point is.
Do you know if they're making a death metal Omni because DC has the Absolute coming out, but they haven't said anything about the Omni? I don't see why they wouldn't make one.
Yeah, I think that will come. Super sticker bar.
Thank you for the super sticker. This one's for you.
Oh, you have a very important job interview tomorrow. I'm very nervous.
Oh, so here's a kiss.
Well, good luck, Bar. You got this.
Yeah, what are you interviewing for?
Well, don't get too personal.
I doubt Bar is too shy to answer.
Too shy to answer. Okay. Driving back from CT to NH was streaming old NMC Omni reviews. It was great listening to Omni's long out of print. Yeah, a lot of those are gone now.
We'll see. And then this was the same time.
Had them going in time. Happy Days cartoons. Oh, it is time then. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, but
Apologies.
this person said Mr. Tech said his face.
I can't remember. You can interview me. Ryan, are you trying to publish a comic book, buddy? Seriously, if you are, let me know. Garth Ennis is writing a new Rogue Trooper story for 2000 AD. I love when they go back to where they came from. I love when writers go back to what put them on the map. I think that's awesome, and it shows respect. And while they may not be making as much money, they already have a name for themselves out there. I mean, it's Garth Ennis. He can do what he wants to. He can always tell Marvel, hey, I want to come back to Punisher. Marvel's like, yeah, okay, sure. Got another Punisher story, except with, a really cool accent like I can't do.
Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, really that good?
You're gonna after reading it
or do an overview.
Yeah, Lydia liked it a lot more than I can. I will say this about Unbeatable Squirrel Girl: it's a big omnibus, but it's all ages, and I think that's why people really enjoyed it. They could read it with their kids. And I will say this: another thing about Unbeatable Squirrel Girl is that even if you're like, oh my gosh, why did they make an omnibus of this? I'll tell you why. Because there's a huge demand from the Scholastic fair, the book fairs, those digest size books, and I know it's a different price point. Of course, we're talking about $150 compared to $15. They sell out quick, man. People love those books. Kids love those books. So, I mean, it's one that I don't, it wasn't a huge in demand from people that collect Omnis, but I guess we'll see what happens with it. We need a Moon Girl and Devil. My kid loves that too. Lydia loved that story.
Josh sent the PDFs of his comic Bang, The Ballad of the Tiger, to get printed. Yay!
Please.
Congratulations.
You mean the unreadable Squirrel Girl is what my buddy Omni Dog says. And I'm like, well, you can't talk, man. You like Gwenpool. And he was like, shut up. But we got a Gwenpool omnibus too. Mork and Mindy cartoon will be Robin Williams voicing, had them turn into teens. And Laverne and Shirley cartoon, they joined the army. Yeah, it was that phase of like, hey, these TV shows are ending, but we want to keep going.
Do you think DC will ever print a young animal omnibus?
I hope so. One day, because there's a lot of stuff that has only been collected in trade.
What happened to Punisher Max Get Fury by Garth Ennis miniseries?
I think it's been delayed.
Do you know why Marvel pulled the plug on the Oz books? They did books 1 through 6 and then just stopped. Weirdly, they reprinted the collections from time to time, so there is clearly some demand.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't selling that well, or maybe the creators wanted to move on to other things. Maybe it was Scotty Young pulling the plug because he wanted to write more and focus more on writing. Because he went on from that to do Middle West and other stories.
Bar's mad at you because Gwenpool is great.
Oh, okay. Good luck on your job interview tomorrow.
Do you think Marvel will reprint X-Force Omnis after they complete New Mutants run?
I hope so, because we need them. A lot of those books are out of print. Actually, all of them are out of print now.
Let's see. Let me go back.
Wait. I want to hear this.
Okay.
I love that Jess backed out of that on his agreement on Squirrel Girl, almost George Costanza like. I was able to grab the Oz Omnibus from my previous Ollies for $20.
Wow.
The best find I ever had. What's up, Robert Marquez from Phoenix? Best find I ever had was at an Ollie's where they didn't have a price on the Oz Omnibus. And you can go back to Amanda and my video we did in 2018, 2019. And we got it for $7. It was for her collection. But I was like, how much is this? And they're like, I don't know. Go get me another Oz book. And I did. And it was like the standard edition. And they were like, well, I guess it's the same price, $7, which is crazy.
Don Production, thank you for the super chat. My 5-year-old started playing Lego Avengers and is obsessed with Hulk. Any Hulk stories so good for that age you'd recommend?
5 years old. That's a hard question. Because a lot of the Hulk stories that I like, and you would at least have to be 12 to really appreciate, especially when you go down the darker paths of like Peter David's run or Bill Mantlow's run. Definitely Immortal Hulk, but I'm trying to think of one that's just. I was thinking Donny Cates' run is ridiculous, but does it have? No, it does have some violence. Never mind, that's not good for a 5-year-old. There's bone crushing in it. This is a hard question. Because, I mean, with X-Men and Spider-Man, I could definitely go with, like, those adventure books. Was there a Hulk book that was geared more towards kids? That's all ages. You know, you can't go wrong with the Mighty Marvel Masterworks Hulk, Volume 1.
That's what I was thinking.
Seriously. I mean, because kids back then were 5 years old and reading those stories. It's not until
Todd's like, I got the notepad out, and you're like,
okay, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with the Mighty Marvel Masterworks Hulk Omnibus book number 1, because there's not a lot of violence. It's not, hate to say this, but it's not that deep of a story. It's just guy turns into monster, government wants, army wants monster, and that's it. And it's not super violent. And it doesn't go that deep into the whole abuse thing that happens later. So yeah, I would say that. Speaking of Donny Cates, does anyone know what's going on with him? I worry about him and I hope he's doing okay. We all do, man. We hope we wish him well. I think right now he's just taking a break from everything, including social media. I don't know what's happened to him, but whatever happened to him made him quit writing Hulk and Thor. So hoping for the best, which sucks because
when did this happen?
As selfishly, you know, I want him to finish out that cosmic saga that he was building with Hulk. And no, Josh, what are you doing? No, he's being serious, Josh. You can't joke around all the time. Do not let your 5-year-old read Berserker Hulk the end. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Donnie. I hope he's doing well though. I hope he gets better and he's like, hey, I want to go back and write those Marvel stories one day.
Did Partworks Comics readers?
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I went to check, and we didn't get any packages yet. Which we're gonna change our PO box here at the end of March, early April. So just a heads up. Hulk is very un-Hulk-like in the beginning, though. I'd recommend Len Wein's Hulk.
Oh, top 5 Punisher writers:
Carl Potts, Mike Barron, Garth Ennis, Rick Remender. I love that stuff. This is where it gets hard. Do I pick? Yeah, Jason Aaron. I think Jason Aaron understands the character and did a really good job writing the character. Yeah. From my understanding, he had family passing a divorce and also
family passing
a divorce and also had commitments with film stuff, huh? There it is. Saturday Morning Fan is saying that there was a Marvel Age Adventures that had a Hulk comic book. Thank you for that. So that's what I would go for.
Okay. Here's the Warlock Omni.
So is he still writing it, or did he take a break, or did he write enough that there's like a year's worth of stories that people are drawing on. This is Roberto Rodriguez saying Donny Cates is currently writing Vanish for Image.
Here, you get the mouse.
Omar, have you talked to David about Hick Venger's companion with Avengers World? I did not. Mainly because they kind of make up their own omnis. But I don't know. I may suggest that. That's a good suggestion, especially since like it adds to the story, right? It's where you get to find out about a couple things that otherwise you're gonna be lost in that Avengers comic sometimes. Oh, I like the gem. Announcing not Stone. Announced Green Lantern Corps. Ani suddenly got significantly thinner on page count. Is there an information? I went over to content. Yes. Yeah. See, but I went with Barron over Dixon. Although Dixon was really good, but I also went with Carl Potts over Dixon too. Now, if you had asked me Nightwing, then Dixon would have been first. Robin, Dixon. Batgirl, though. Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey, I still give it to Simone over Dixon.
Let's see. Thank you.
Chuck Dixon is sending over angry emails. Hey, I give that guy lots of love when I'm talking about his Nightwing run and his Robin run, and his Birds of Prey run, and his Batman stuff. Have you two read any of? Oh gosh,
ElfQuest comics by Wendy and Richard Pini from Dark Horse. I hope it eventually gets a faithful TV show or movie adaptation.
We have, or I'm sorry, I have.
I haven't.
They released a couple of softcover omnis in the past too.
What'd you think?
Oh, I used to really like it when I was in high school because it was fantasy. We didn't have a lot of indie stuff back then. Or maybe we did, and I just wasn't. It wasn't available to us because of the lack of it at the comic book stores. Dropping by to say hello, and I hope we both have a good weekend.
Thank you.
By the way, next Saturday we might start the stream earlier because I am covering the Lexington Comic Con.
I'm seeing They Might Be Giants next weekend. I forgot.
I don't know how that's going to affect the live stream yet or not.
It's not.
Ooh, they could combine Avengers World and Infinity Companion for an omnibus. Yeah, but those are a little bit apart from each other, right? I can't believe DC are really reprinting Brian Azzarello omnibus before re-releasing Greg Rucka run in omnibus. Oh, reprints are easier, though. Reprints, you already have the file. You're like, hey, printer, print this. I'm surprised they're doing that instead of Gail Simone's run, which has been out of print longer. When is Berserk Volume 13 coming out? It is this month. So, Omar, what's upcoming for the bestest channel ever this week? I just sent Taylor my schedule. So let me just read it to you. And of course, this is subject to change just because. So tomorrow is actually today, later on today, I'm going to do the Marvel Masterworks X-Men Volume 15. It might show up tomorrow. I don't know. Sorry. Sunday is the February 2023 haul. Monday is Savage Avengers Omnibus and then Squirrel Girl Omnibus later that day. Tuesday's the Marvel Trades, and at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my interview with Colin Bunn, talking about his new project, and the Old Reader, New Reader live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday is your top 20 most wanted Marvel Epic reprints. I'll also be doing the Adam Strange hardcover overview and Reels Talk live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because Amanda, oh my gosh, that's a full day because I'm helping Melanie with the New Frontier book at 8 p.m. on our...
Thank you.
I just realized that's 4 things I'm doing. Okay, that's okay. And Thursday is the Hidden Gems video. That might be subject to change if I can get info from Tiger Eyes first. And the Ghost in the Shell hardcover overview with comparison. Friday is the Judge Dredd overview part 3. I've had that film for a while now and just saving it for the day. And then Saturday, back to the live stream. Yay! A couple of other things probably in between there. And Berserk Volume 13 right now is on sale at ISD for 42% off. Can confirm posts will be up on social media today with next week's schedule. Thank you. Subject to change.
So, Bar, I'm reading The Gift of New Frontier, as Josh puts it. I'm confused, and I'm still reading 20th Century Boys. Oh, that's so good. That's what I'm reading.
Was Sex Criminals not a crazy hit? It gets less love from Image than Wicked and Divine and Paper Girls. I think it was a big enough hit. When we had Chip Zdarsky on the show, he told us he made a lot of money from Wicked and Divine. Or I'm sorry, from Sex Criminals. A lot of money. So, because he was talking about paying for a house and stuff. I was like, dang. I don't know if that's because it might have been optioned out for a movie or something like that.
Super laugh hard saying, what? I'm glad I was sitting down, my
Well, I'm
friend.
glad you're sitting down too, man. It's coming. I had to film it twice, but that's okay. What's up, Keenan? Morning, y'all. I might have missed it, but can you show the Adam Strange? I cannot. Wait, you talking about?
I did, but I'll show it again.
Well, that's Adam Warlock, not Adam Strange.
Oh, oops.
It's okay.
I'll
forgot.
Just see my way out.
I took it upstairs. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry about that. X-Men expert Melanie and casual Omar. Is that what we're doing today? Is that what we're doing today? Omar, have a good day. See ya. And I'll see you too, Cage. Just make sure to pace yourself, Omar. Don't want to get burned out. Yeah, I do need to pace myself. So like I said on that schedule, subject to change. Depends on exactly how much time I have to devote myself to these things. And a lot of the time, of course, comes to because I have to read it. DC has deluxe editions. Marvel has OHCs, but they are marketed as OHCs or just hardcovers. I think they're just hardcovers. I don't think I've ever seen the term OHC. That's just a term we've used for oversized hardcovers. Deluxe editions from DC usually means that they're oversized as well. Super sticker bar. Ensemble bar.
Thank you, Bar. And it is soft cover Omar. I need to hear Omar say with Omnibus. It's hard to say widow Omni. At least once before the big announcement eventually.
Is that a Black Widow Omnibus? Is that what you want?
It's hard to say.
We've already had one. Remember, Bar? Did you not buy it? We had a Black Widow Omnibus. It's the notorious one with a flat spine. You want to run the book club, Josh? You go ahead. You're in charge. Omar, will you be doing an overview of Weapon X Deluxe Edition trade paperback that's out now? Did I not? Or was it one of those weeks that I skipped? I thought I had already. Yes, if it's coming out, then yes.
Okay, yeah, that's easier.
Widowbus.
Widowbus.
Yeah, we're renaming it.
Widowbus.
No upcoming Omnibus announcements. The next announcement I'll be making is the Marvel Masterworks. And sometime I'll be doing more Omni announcements. Just ordered Batman and Robin by Tomasi and Gleason. How does it compare to Snyder and Capullo? I loved it. I thought it was great. The relationship between father and son's amazing. There's a couple of heartbreaking issues in there. Really good moments and beautiful artwork. Silver Surfer by Slott and Alred is beautifully unique. Can you recommend anything that you also think
is wonderfully unique?
People really like Hawkeye by Matt Fraction and David Aja. That's one that's it's not beautifully unique like Silver Surfer by Slott and Alred, but it definitely stands out and it's kind of like an all-in-one.
How do you rank the Star Wars Dark Horse Omnis from Marvel? I know Empire is your favorite and curious where the rest rank. Actually,
my favorite is the Old Republic. So it would go Old Republic, Empire. Let's see, New Republic 2 isn't out yet, which has my favorite story, so that will probably be one. But of the ones that are out, I would say New Rebellion, New Republic. At the very bottom is that, what was it? Not the Clone Wars, but it had Darth Maul on it. Rise of the Sith, I think is what it was. I think I liked one of the stories in that. I get it, for complete's sake, it has to come out, but I wasn't a fan of that story or that omnibus.
Thanks, Josh, for the super
sticker, Josh.
You get Pingu reading the
comic, Josh.
And he has included in the chat a link. ElfQuest Humble, $18 for the full series, and it helps charity.
There we go. That's the Humble bundle. Thank you for that, brother.
See ya, Kane.
Have an amazing afternoon too, brother.
Oh, my Saturday. Happy Saturday, y'all. Secret Wars 2015, OHC, or Omni?
I think whenever that gets reprinted, it'll be an omnibus. It's too big of an event not to make it into an omnibus.
Have you heard anything about the Invincible Library reprints and continuation?
They're coming back, yeah. The new one. I mean, it's been 7 years since the last one? So they are coming back.
Steven, you're welcome, Butter. Steven blind bots Gail Simone's Red Sonja. Any good? Enjoyed her Batgirl run.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I really liked it a lot. Favorite Optimus Prime design? The classic. Can't go wrong with the classic Optimus design.
I'd say anything by Mike Allred reads very unique, not just Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Ecstatics run, it's crazy, but it's nothing like Silver Surfer, though.
So it's 1:00.
He's at 1:00.
How many more questions?
Let's do 3 more questions. 3 more questions from everybody.
There
I
you
get to pick the questions?
Mhm.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Look at me. I feel responsible. All right. Bar's confused. Any news on Star Wars Omnis after Aaron's run? Do you think Marvel has heard you and is getting on it? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know anything about the new Omnis. I know of a couple because, well, some delays that I haven't announced yet, but keep an eye out on the channel. More announcements will come. Have you voted for? I don't vote. That is your all's vote. My video will be out later this year on my Most Wanted. This is about you all. When are we getting Dark Horse to announce new manga deluxe edition? You know, funny enough, I actually been talking to Dark Horse about things. So, and Vault Comics about things. So hopefully announcements incoming, okay? Hopefully. Knock on wood. Hopefully we can talk a little bit more, and wink twice is yes. I put Star Wars 2015 Volume 2 Gillen Pack as my #1 choice and most one. It was high last year. Chances of avenging Spider-Man superior team-up Omni. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Why is the Unstoppable Bar my favorite Waffle House buddy? I don't know. She's good people. You're very welcome. Will we get Grunwald Cap or Stern Avengers Omnis in 2024? If I had to choose between both of those, I'd probably Cap by Grunwald.
This would be a good place to stop.
Could there be
Jack,
an accurate
thank you for the
adaptation of
super chat.
Conan the Barbarian without offending? Do you mean like as far as the shows? Oh yeah, I forgot to say Wednesday is also Amanda and I are coming back to Real Talk at 9 p.m. because I was doing that thing with you, and we haven't decided yet if we're going to do the Conan review that day or maybe watch another movie and review that too for my birthday month celebration. It's hard to go back and do a Conan movie without doing things that would offend people. I mean, we don't make movies like that anymore, right? I don't know if there could be. I would like to think that they should. They could. Thank you for the awesome live stream, Melanie and Omar. I still have an hour of this amazing session to watch on Rewind. Yeah, just go back and rewind it. Just email my list for the secret ballot, boys. Well, good luck, man. Alita or Ghost in the Shell? Alita over Ghost in the Shell. Appleseed over Ghost in the Shell. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. Books up to 50% off. Right now, they're having a huge Marvel sale. Tell them your make condition sent you their way for your free shipping on after your first order. And that is cheapgraphicnovels.com. Everyone, stay healthy and safe out there. Huge shout out to Taylor for running our social media. Not to the ground, just running it. Stay beautiful, all you wonderful people. Much love.
And stay minty.